Varsity.
Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Test. Yeah. We're good. Hello once again, and welcome to Daleville Lady Bronco basketball on Daleville Athletics. We are coming to you from Daleville High School, where the Lady Broncos are hosting the Union Lady Rockets in an MEC girls basketball contest this evening. There, of course, was no JV game tonight, and also if you're hoping to catch the boys later on this evening, that game has been postponed due to various issues, COVID among other things. So there will be no boys game this evening, and that, I believe, is going to be made up at a later date. Looking at the matchup this evening in the girls' contest, the Union Lady Rockets under Coach Ryan Chittister currently hold a 7-9 record overall. They are 1-7 in the Mid-Eastern Conference, which is good for ninth place. And the Lady Rockets snapped a 5-game losing streak last Friday by beating Indiana Def by the score of 56-42. In that losing streak, Union dropped 3 straight losses to MEC teams, those being Shenandoah, Blue River, and Monroe Central. The Lady Rockets have one more regular season game versus Providence Cristo Ray before taking on Tri Tuesday night in the Union City 1A sectional. Looking at our own Daleville Lady Broncos, they're coached by Austin Early. They have a 5-15 record overall and are 0-8 in the Eastern Conference, which puts them at 10th place. The Lady Broncos look to pick up their first MEC win and build some momentum going into next week's sectional tournament. Daleville won last year's game with Union by the score of 49-34, but the Rockets hold a 13-6 edge in the series over the last 20 years. We will take a couple-minute break and be back with the starting lineups. This is Lady Bronco basketball on Daleville Athletics. We're back here at Daleville High School. We'll look at the starting lineups for this evening's contest. First for the visiting Lady Rockets. And we'll give you the starting lineups. I'll let you know they actually only have 6 girls on their roster. So they'll have just one person, a lonely individual, somewhat, on the bench. Starting for the Lady Rockets, number 10, Taryn Armour. She averages 10 points, 4.5 rebounds, 2 assists, and she is a senior. Also starting is number 31, Honor Ellis. She averages 10 points, 8 rebounds, and 1 assist. She's a junior. Zoe Ogden starts. She wears number 24. She averages 9 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists per contest. She's a sophomore. Also, Caitlin Holderman. She wears number 1. She averages 2.5 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist per contest. She's also a sophomore. And rounding out the starting lineup will be Glory Ellis. She wears number 12. She averages 6.5 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists per contest. She's a freshman. And the bench player for Union is Madison Oliver. She wears number 35. And we'll get you the Daleville starters momentarily. But as I see across the way, the big flag is coming down. We'll be ready for the national anthem.
Decisions they make on the floor, decisions made by their coaches, and judgment calls made by officials are made in good faith and should be respected. Spectators may support their teams tonight by refraining from derogatory or demeaning comments. We hope you'll enjoy the game and support students in a positive and sports-like manner. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. At this time, if you would please rise, remove your hats, and face the flag as the Daleville High School band will play our national anthem. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, welcome to Daleville High School for tonight's Mid-Eastern Conference girls varsity basketball game between the visiting Union Rockets and your hometown Daleville Broncos. At this time, we will introduce the lineup for the visiting Union Rockets girls basketball team. First, the non-starter, number 45, freshman Madison Oliver. Now the starters. Starting at one guard, number 10, senior Karen Armour. Starting at another guard, number 24, sophomore Zoe Ogden. Starting at the other guard, number 1, sophomore Caitlin Olderman. Starting at center, number 31, junior Honor Ellis. Starting at forward, number 12, freshman Glory Ellis. The Rockets are coached by Mr. Ryan Chittister. He is assisted by Mr. Bobby Moore. The Union Rockets, ladies and gentlemen. And now here they are, your Daleville Broncos. First and starters. Number 4, freshman Alexis Purdue. Number 10, freshman Abby Covert. Number 12, junior Cadence Aiken. Number 13, freshman Emily Simmons. Number 14, freshman Valen Mackengale. Number 22, junior Maddie Edison. Number 32, sophomore Kenna Huddleston. And number 40, sophomore Kayla Porter. The non-starters for the Daleville Broncos. And now for the starting lineup, starting at one guard, number 2. Senior Emily Ison. Starting at another guard, number 5, senior Olivia Howard. Starting at the other guard, number 23, freshman Trishelle Johnson. Starting at one forward, number 33, senior Gwen Schmiegel. And starting at the other forward, number 40, senior Aubrey Voss. The Broncos are coached by Oscar Burley, and tonight is Coach Burley's birthday. He is assisted by assistant coach Joe Rich and Madison Roberts. All right, just the officials for this evening's game, Mr. Gerald Boyd, Mr. Greg Finley, and Mr. David White.
We're just about ready to get things started. The tip is up and controlled by Audrey Voss of the Broncos between the circles. She starts on the pass right wing to Emily Ison, who lets fly quickly with a three-pointer. It's off the iron note. Rebounds cleared off by the Lady Rockets, and up with it for Union is number 10, and that is Armour. They work it around the perimeter, left baseline. It goes to Ellis. Ellis, 15-foot base shot, jump shot's no good, and it lands and goes out of bounds. They say last touch by Union, gives the ball back over to the Lady Broncos. Trishelle Johnson triggers the ball inbounds to Audrey Voss. Broncos going with Voss. Johnson comes near side, and then they skip it across to Isom. Isom, high post to Voss. Voss, 12-foot jump shot in the lane, no good. Rebounds cleared off by the Rockets. Ellis, she gives it off to Armour. Armor between the circles now, being guarded by Johnson. Penetrates, kicks it left baseline to Ellis. That is Honor Ellis. Ellis kicks it out on top to Holderman. Holderman goes right baseline with it to Glory Ellis. Tries to bounce pass across the lane to her sister, but it's stolen away by Amy Isom. Isom up quickly, gets it up to Trishelle Johnson on the baseline and loses it out of bounds. It'll be Lady Rocket basketball. No score early going. Rockets trigger the ball in bounds. It comes to Armor. Armor trap, 70 feet from the basket, dribbles it off her foot and out of bounds. Gives the ball back over to the Lady Broncos. Isom will trigger the ball in bounds. Isom gets it into Voss. Voss to Johnson between the circles. Comes back near side to Isom. Shot fake, penetrated in the lane. Has it stolen away. And up with it for the Rockets is Armor. Armor into the front court, being guarded by Voss. Armor picked up now by Johnson. Goes left wing with it to Ogden. Ogden now to Holderman and penetrates. And we're going to get Covert with the bump. And it'll be a foul against Daleville, so it comes near side. That's where the Lady Rockets will trigger it in bounds. They lob into Ellis, but it's knocked away by Schmiedel, and that's Emmy Isom for the Broncos. Isom quickly into the front court, crossover dribble into the lane, loses it. Loose ball in the court, picked up by Armor of Union. Armor into the front court. Penetrates left side, backs it back out. She's being guarded closely by Johnson. It goes down the baseline and off the fingertips of Glory Ellis and out of bounds. Gives the ball back over to Daleville. Still no score. Nearly 2 minutes in. Voss to Johnson in the front court. Johnson now between the circles. In no hurry, goes high right side to Isom. She skips it near side to Covert. Down inside it goes to Schmiedel. Schmiedel spins, kicks it back out to Covert. Three-pointer left baseline is in and out. No good. Rebounds fought for, out of bounds. Last touched by the Broncos. Broncos picking up in three-quarter court diamond zone press here, as has been the case often this season. Armor with it, splits the trap, gets it up to Ellis. Glory Ellis drives right side, puts up a shot, no good off the side of the bank, more cleared off by Covert, up to Isom. Isom high right side, gives it off to Voss between the circles. She shot fakes, gives it back to Isom. Isom skips it near side to Johnson. Johnson's three-pointer left wing, in and out, no. Rebounds tipped, last touch, they say, by Daleville, gives the ball back over to Union. Still looking for first points of the night. Armor of Union triggers the ball in bounds to Honor Ellis, back to Armor. Armor into the front court, penetrates into the lane, keeps it right baseline to Ellis. Ellis, it goes off her fingertips, but they say it was deflected by Daleville and out of bounds, so it'll be Union basketball. Glory Ellis, or correction, that's Ogden, will trigger the ball in bounds. Ogden looking, lobs it into Glory Ellis, top of the key. She penetrates, goes left baseline to Honor Ellis. She's being guarded closely by Schmiedel, gets it out on top to Holderman. Holderman, crossover dribble into the lane, loses it. Loose ball in the court. Last touch, they say, by the Rockets, gives the ball back over to Daleville. Under 5 minutes to play here, quarter number one, still no score. Johnson walks it into the front court for Daleville. 2-3 zone being applied by Union. Gets the ball inside to Schmiedel. She puts it up, has it partially blocked, and rebounds cleared off by the Rockets. Armor into the front court. Goes high left side with it to Holderman. Holderman looking. Goes left baseline with it now to Ogden. She drives the baseline. Dumps it. Pass across the lane. Shots put up no good by Ellis. We've got a rebound and a foul. Is going to go against Union. I think they're going to get Ogden, possibly.
Union fouls on number 24, so Ogden, her first, team's first.
It's Ogden's first foul, team's first foul of the half.
We are Broncos!
Johnson comes near side to Covert. Covert high post to Voss. Back out to Johnson. Then we're going to run the perimeter to Isom. Isom drives right baseline. Puts up a scoop shot. Has it blocked out of bounds. Broncos retain possession. Voss will trigger it in, lobs it deep to Isom. Isom three-pointer straight away. Off the back iron, no. Rebound by Voss. Voss drives right baseline, skips it near side to Covert. Covert 15-foot baseline jump shot's too strong. Rebound's cleared off by Ogden of Union. Gets it up to Armour into the front court. Armour drives left side. She's cut off by Johnson. And then she's bumped by Isom. I think they're going to get Emmy on the foul.
Dale fouls on number 2, Emmy Isom. Her first, team second.
Ogden will trigger the ball inbounds for Union under her own basket. She lobs it in to Holderman, back to Ogden left baseline. Corner, goes down inside with it to Ellis. Turnaround jump shot by Honor. Ellis is blocked. Rebounds fought for and cleared off by the Broncos. Johnson gives it off to Voss. Voss drives, puts up a 16-footer straight away off the iron. No, rebounds loose and fought for. We're going to whistle and a travel call as Glory Ellis fell to the ground and drove a pivot foot. So it'll be Bronco basketball on their end. Isom lobs it into Schmiedel. Schmiedel 5-footer straight away off the glass. It's up and good. There's the first 2 points of the night by either team. Makes it a 2-0 Bronco lead here with 3:30 to go in the first quarter. Ellis into the front court, dribbles around the press, goes baseline with it to, correction, that was Armour. Now to Ellis. They work around the perimeter. Ogden with it left wing. Back out on top goes to Holderman. Holderman crossover dribble into the lane, goes baseline to Ellis. Three-pointer by Honor. Ellis is too strong. Rebound cleared off by Schmiedel of Daleville. She gives it off to Voss. Voss into the front court, high right side to Emmy Isom. Isom thinks about the three, but she's tripped. No call. And they work it around to Johnson. Her three-pointer, high left side's off the iron. No good. It's loose and fought for. It's going to be Schmiedel and Armour. They call a jump ball there. Possession arrow points in the direction of the Lady Rockets. We got a substitution. Maddie Etchison enters the lineup as who's going to sit down. Union basketball. Broncos still in the full court press. Armour into the front court, gets it up to Glory Ellis. Now back to Armour, 18-footer off the back iron, no good. Rebound spot for Armour, gets her own rebound, drives the lane, loses it, but it's picked up by Ellis, who puts up a shot, partially blocked and out of bounds. Union basketball into their own basket. 2-0 your score, 2:45 to play, quarter number 1. Ogden lobs it into the left baseline to Armour. Armour puts up a jump shot from the baseline off the side of the backboard, no good. And up with it quickly is Ellis. Ellis takes the leg to the court and scores it, and that makes it a 4-0 Bronco lead. Armour being guarded in the backcourt, trapped, and cut off, picked up, still not across the timeline yet. We got a whistle. And did somebody call a timeout? Or was it a 10-second call? Timeout to keep from turning the ball over. 30-second timeout by the Lady Rockets. And we'll take a short break. Broncos come back with Johnson, Etchison, Voss, Schmiedel, and Olivia Covert. Union basketball. Ogden triggers the ball and bounds to Armour into the backcourt. Armour now goes high left side with it to Holderman, down the baseline to Ogden, back to Holderman left wing. Holderman tries to skip across, but deflected and stolen away by Daleville. Up with it is Johnson. She puts up a layup, no good, but Etchison gets a rebound. She puts it up, no good. Schmiedel now dumps it off to Johnson. She misses about a 5-foot baseline jump shot, and finally it's Armour who comes out with it for Union, and she gets fouled by Daleville. See who they're going to get. It may have been Schmiedel.
Yellow fouls on number 33, Wayne Schmiedel. Her first, keeps her. Number 14,
and Valen Pattengale now enters the lineup, replacing Etchison. Union lobs it into Ellis, gives it back to Armor. Armor being guarded by Johnson. Armor goes right around her into the lane, puts up a runner, no good. Rebounds fought for, pulled off by Pattingale, and she's bumped by Armor. So the foul will go against Armor of Union. Bronco basketball in front of their own bench. Under 2 minutes to play here, quarter number one. Johnson with it between the circles, goes right baseline to Schmiedel. Schmiedel looks. It's back out on top. Three-pointer right wing by Voss. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Audrey Voss puts Daleville up now by 7. Here, as we got about a minute and a half to go in quarter number one. Broncos still in full court pressure. Stolen away by Johnson. She scores it, makes it 9-0 Daleville. And with that, we're going to get a timeout called by the Lady Rockets. So we'll take a break. We'll see the Lady Bronco basketball and Daleville Athletics. Nine nothing your score. 1:22 to play. Quarter number one. Be Union basketball. They'll trigger the ball inbounds against the Bronco full court pressure. Armor gets it into Ogden. Ogden drives right side into the front court and tries to pass it to Ellis, who steps away from it. The ball goes right out of bounds, gives the ball back over to Daleville. Johnson to bring it up for the Lady Broncos into the front court. Union still in a 2-3 zone. Near side it comes to Covert. Covert on the dribble, picks it up, goes inside to Voss. Voss left block, turnaround jump shot in the lanes, no good. Rebounds loose, picked up by Armor of Union. Armor splits two defenders, gives it baseline. There's a three-pointer on the baseline. Right wing's no good by Holderman. Rebounds cut off by Voss of Daleville. Voss gets it up quickly to Pattingale. Pattingale drives right baseline. She's cut off, tries to pass it out, and stolen away by Holderman. Holderman into the front court and tries to pass it to Ellis, but Ellis doesn't see it, and it's a loose ball picked up by Daleville. Now it's Voss into the lane. She puts it up and scores. 11-0 score here. 20 seconds to go, first quarter. Broncos in pressure. They get a reflection to steal. Johnson with it. With the layup is up and good. Makes it 13-0 down. 10 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Armor working against pressure. 6 seconds. And she's bumped by Pattingale. The foul's going to go against Daleville.
Yeah, foul number 14, Baylor Pattingale, her first,
just the fourth of the half for Daleville, so the Union's basketball on the side with 4.7 seconds to go. They get the ball inbounds to Ellis. Ellis gives it back to Ogden. Ogden lets fly with a long three-pointer high left side is no good, and that's going to do it for the first quarter of play where Daleville currently pitching a shutout against the Lady Rockets. 13-0 your score here at the end of one quarter of play. We'll take a short break. Delville coming back to start things in the second quarter with Simmons, Voss, Isom, Schmiedel, and Etchison. Simmons triggers the ball inbound to Voss. Voss goes high right side to Etchison. Etchison down the baseline to Schmiedel. Schmiedel drives that baseline, kicks it back out to Etchison. We got a whistle, a 3-second call on Schmiedel, I believe. Gives the ball back over to the Lady Rockets. Armour triggers the ball inbounds to Holderman. Holderman now into the front court, being guarded by Simmons. Comes near side with it to Armour. Armour drives into the lane, puts up a runner. It's too strong. Rebounds loose and fought for. Picked up by Etchison. If Daleville gets it off to Schmiedel. Schmiedel nearly travels with it. Gets it up the Voss high left side. She skips across to Isom. Isom shot fake. Step back. Tip it over to Voss. Her 18-footer's no good. Rebounds cleared off. And up quickly with it is Holderman for Union. Holderman gives it off to Ellis. Ellis drives the lane. That's Glory Ellis. Her shots off the iron. No good. Rebounds cleared off by Emmy Isom. Isom now into the front court. Into the lane. Loses it. Out of bounds. They say last touch by Emmy Isom. So it'll be Union Lady Rocket basketball. Broncos still in the full court pressure. Armour with it. Drives right side, still behind the 10-second line. Now she gets in the front court. Goes down, open, finds a wide open Ogden, who finally gets the Lady Rockets on the scoreboard here. 13-2 your score, 6:45 to go, quarter number 2. Voss with it now. Into the front court, goes to Etchison. Etchison drives right baseline, puts up a shot in the lane. It's up and good, but they say she kind of bunny hopped there before the shot went up. Traveling called and gives the ball back over to Union. Armour looking. Finally lobs it into Holderman. Nearly stolen away. She loses it. Picked up by Simmons. Bounces it off the foot of a Union player. But they're going to say that it was last touch by Daleville. Looked like Union kicked it. But anyway, it's going to be Union basketball nonetheless. Armour will trigger the ball in now. Looks, finally gets it into Honor Ellis, gets it back to Ogden, still about 70 feet from the basket. She's trapped, she's cut off. Looks, finally gets it to Holderman. Holderman, still not across the timeline, barely gets it across the time. Holderman finds an open Honor Ellis underneath the basket, who scores it from the same spot she scored it about 30 seconds ago. Makes it a 13-4 ball game. Isom with it now. Then high left side gives it to Voss. Voss shot fake, goes right wing. 3-pointer by Etchison is up and good. And Etchison with a 3-pointer makes it a 16-4. Daleville lead at the 6-minute mark of quarter number 2. Ellis now being guarded. Gets across into the front court. Dribbles around a trap. Puts up a runner in the lane. That's Armour, whose shot was blocked. And up with it now for Daleville was Voss, who tried to get it up to Isom, but it was stolen. Up with it now for the Rockets is Ogden. Ogden goes down left baseline to Ellis. Out on top to Holderman between the circles. Holderman being guarded by Etchison. Crossover dribble into the lane. Loses it. And up with it's Voss. Voss gives it to Isom. Isom crossover dribble. Loses it. Spot 4. Finally picked up by Armour of Union. We're going to get a whistle. And a timeout by Union, hoping avoiding a travel call. So we'll take a short break. This is Lady Bronco basketball on Daleville Athletics. Union basketball, 5:20 to go here, quarter number 2, 16-4. Broncos lead it. Into the front court as Armour comes right side to Glory Ellis. She drives into the lane, kicks it out on top to Holderman. Holderman gives it back off to Armour, who penetrates into the lane. She tries to skip it to the baseline to Ogden, but it goes out of bounds. It'll be Lady Bronco basketball. Simmons gets the ball and bounds to Voss. 5 minutes to play here. Quarter number 2. Broncos lead it by 12. Etchison high right side goes high post with it to Schmiedel, but it's knocked away. We're going to get a foul, and Union goes against Holderman. Just the third foul of the half for Union. Voss triggered in, lobs it in deep to Covert. Covert's three-pointers partially blocked, and up with it for the Rockets is Ellis. Gets it off to Ogden. Ogden left side, now to Armour. Armour goes down right baseline to Ellis, her three-pointer. Correction, 18-foot jump shot is up and good by Honor. Ellis makes it a 16-6 ball game. Voss now in the front court to Simmons. Simmons drives, goes baseline to Covert. Olivia Covert three-pointers too strong. And out of bounds, they say last touch by Daleville. Correction, last touch by Union. And Maddie Etchison will sit down. Trishelle Johnson will re-enter for the Broncos. Bronco basketball into their own basket. Voss will trigger it in. She lobs it into Schmiedel. Schmiedel goes right baseline with it to Covert, but they say Schmiedel was fouled before she could get rid of it. So Broncos will trigger it in once again from their own baseline. Simmons this time gets it into Covert. Covert 18-footer is off the front iron, no. Schmiedel with the rebound. She puts it up, no good. Rebound spot 4. We're going to get a whistle. I think we're going to get an over-the-back foul against Ellis, I believe. Bronco basket on the baseline once again. They get the ball into Covert, now to Schmiedel. Schmiedel goes inside the Voss, kicks it out right baseline to Covert, now back out on top to Simmons. Her 18-footers off the back iron, no. Rebound cleared off by Honor Ellis of Union, and she's bumped. Foul against Schmiedel. That's Gwen's second, team's fifth. Pat Gale re-enters the lineup, and Gwen will sit down. 16-6 your score, 4:05 to go, quarter number 2. Armour in the backcourt for Union. Behind the back dribble, penetrates, goes left wing with it now, still on the dribble. Near side it comes to Holderman. Holderman drives, puts up a runner. It's blocked. We're going to get a body foul against Voss, I believe. That sends Holderman to the line. She'll shoot a pair. First free throw rattles around and falls in. Holderman's second free throw also good. Makes it a 16-8 contest. 3:50 to go in the second quarter, I should say. Pattengale with it. Tries to drive, but dribbles it off the foot of a Union player, and up with it is Armour for Union. Goes left baseline to Ogden. Her three-pointer is off the iron, no. Rebounds loose, picked off by Holderman of Union. Down on the baseline to Glory Ellis. Tries to go inside to her sister, but it's stolen away by Voss. Gives it off to Johnson. Johnson into the front court. Drives the lane, puts up a scoop shot off the iron, no. Rebounds cleared off by Holderman of Union. Holderman now between the circles. Gives it off to Armour. Armour goes left baseline to Ogden. They work it around the perimeter. Near side, it comes now to Ellis. That's Glory Ellis. She drives the lane, spins, has it stolen away, fought for on the ground. We got a whistle. And what are they going to call? Jump ball. Possession arrow points in the direction of the Lady Rockets. Ogden will trigger in with 3:02 to go here, quarter number 2. Ogden comes near side with it to Armour. Fly with a three-pointer is up and good. So Taryn Armour with a three brings Union within 5, 16-11. 16-11 as we're under 3 minutes to play. Baseline left side with it is Covert. She skips it across now. Loose. Fought for. Finally picked up by Voss. Goes to Pattengale. She drives right baseline. We got a whistle and a timeout called by Coach Hurley of Daleville. So we'll take a short break. You're listening to Lady Bronco Basketball and Daleville Athletics. (16-11) to score, 2:40 to play, quarter number 2. It's going to be Bronco basketball. Out underneath her own basket, Audrey Voss will trigger it in. She lobs it in deep to Pattengale. Pattengale lets fly with a three-pointer, too strong. Rebounds cleared off by Ogden of Union. She gives it off to Armour. Armour finds an open Ellis under the basket, but she throws it off her outstretched fingertips and out of bounds. Turnover, gives the ball back over to Daleville. Johnson now into the front court with it for Daleville. Goes down the baseline to Covert. Covert's trapped. They say she drug her pivot foot. Turnover. Gives the ball back over to Union. Broncos drop back into the half court. Armour into the front court with it for the Lady Rockets. Armour drives, puts up a runner. It's a wild shot. Draws nothing but air. Goes out of bounds. Gives the ball back over to Daleville. Etchison returning to the lineup. Also, Alexis Purdue enters the lineup, I believe, for the first time this evening as Pattengale and Simmons sit down. Trishelle Johnson in the front court with it for Daleville. Goes high right side to Covert. High post, it goes to Voss. Voss takes it to the basket, got a whistle, and they say she traveled. The other official was going to call a tie-up or a jump ball, but the outside official said that it was a travel, so it'll be Rocket basketball into the front court with it is Armour as we're under 2 minutes to play. Down the baseline, it goes to Holderman. She lets fly with a three-pointer off the side of the backboard. No, rebounds finally picked up by Taryn Armour, and she's fouled by Maddie Etchison. And I believe that's the 7th foul against Daleville. So Armour's going to the line to shoot the one in bonus. Free throws up, no good by Armour. Johnson with the rebound, gives it off to Voss. Voss up quickly. Let's fly with a three-pointer from the right wing. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Audrey Voss puts the Broncos back up on top by 8 here with about a minute and a half to go, quarter number 2. Armour between the circles, lobs it to Ellis, but it goes overhead and stolen. Up with it quickly for the Broncos is Johnson. Johnson loses it out of bounds. Gives the ball back over to Union. Got a whistle, and the officials confer. They say it's going to be Daleville basketball. Voss now looks, gets the ball in bounds to Etchison down the baseline. They skip it, try to get it back up on top of Purdue, but it's stolen away by Armour. Her layup's no good. Rebounds loose and fought for out of bounds. Last touch by Daleville. So Union will retain possession. Ogden will trigger the ball in bounds for the Lady Rockets. Ogden looks. Finally gets the ball into Ellis. Her baseline jump shot's up and good. Makes it a 19-13 ball game. That was Honor Ellis for Union. 1 minute to play here, quarter number 2. Etchison with it now, drives into the lane, puts up a runner. It's off the glass, too strong. Rebounds loose, fought for, finally cleared off by Armour, but we're going to get a whistle and a foul. We'll see what the call is going to be. Traveling. No foul. Traveling is the call. Delayed call there is the official and Coach Chit of Union discuss things, and then he makes the call. Johnson goes to the baseline to Covert. Covert back out on top to Voss, 35 feet from the basket. 45 seconds to play in the first quarter. Purdue with it high left side for Delville, gives it off to Etchison. Tries to skip it out to Voss, but it's deflected and stolen by Union. Armour with it in the front court, drives right side, backs it back out. Penetrates now, puts up a runner. It's partially dropped. And up with the rebound with it for the Broncos is Trishelle Johnson here with about 25 seconds to go in the quarter. Johnson in the front court being guarded closely by Armour. They say nope, they're going to get a whistle and a foul call against Armour of Union. Just at 6 fouls. So Trishelle Johnson will trigger it in now into the backcourt with it to Audrey Voss. Voss finally gets it in the front court as it deflected away. Loose. Nearly stolen, but they say Holderman stepped on the baseline, gives the ball back to Daleville with 11 seconds to go. Broncos holding on to a 6-point lead. Purdue will trigger the ball and bounce to Voss. Voss now. Right side, goes right side to Johnson, down the baseline to Covert. Covert goes into Voss. Voss, 12-footer, right side, off the back iron, no. Purdue with the rebound, puts up the shot, but it's after the horn. No basket, and that's going to do it for the first quarter of play, the first half of play, where the Daleville Broncos hold a 19-13 halftime lead here in this MEC contest. We will take a couple-minute break, and we'll be back with hopefully some halftime numbers. You are listening to Lady Bronco Basketball and Daleville Athletics. Back here at Daleville High School, where the Broncos hold a 19-13 lead at half. We look at the score by quarters. Daleville jumped out to a 13-0 lead, but Union made a charge there in the second quarter where they outscored the Lady Broncos by a 13-6 count to tighten things up considerably. We'll take another break and hopefully be back with your halftime scoring. You're listening to Lady Bronco Basketball Athletics. Back here at Delville High School, we're looking at your halftime scoring. First, for the visiting Rockets. They were led in scoring by Honor Ellis's 6 points. She had 3 two-point field goals there in the second quarter. Behind her would be Taryn Armour. She had 1 3-point field goal for 3 points. And then Caitlin Holderman had 2 free throws for 2 points. And Zoe Ogden had 1 2-point field goal. Again, all of their scoring coming in the second quarter of play. Union led by the 6 points of Honor Ellis. Looking at Daleville, they were led in scoring by, looks like Trishelle Johnson. And she had 3 2-point field goals for 6 points. Had to look at the scores. System was a little bit different. Audrey Voss had 2 3-point field goals and 2 2-point field goals for 10 points. So Voss with 10, Johnson with 6. Gwen Schmiedel had 2 points. Maddie Etchison had a 3-pointer. So again, the Broncos were led by the 10 points of Audrey Voss, the 6 points of Trishelle Johnson, and that led your scoring. We will take another short break and be back with second half action. You're listening to Lady Bronco Basketball and Daleville Athletics. Just about ready to get things started here in the third quarter of play. Broncos come back with Voss, Johnson, Isom, Schmiedel, and Covert. Inbounds, it comes to Isom. Back between the circles to Voss. Voss fly with another 3 off the front iron. No. Rebounds cleared up by Schmiedel. Kicks it back out to Voss. She shot fakes, drives right side. Gives it back out on top to Isom. Now to Johnson. They're working around the perimeter. Covert tries to lob it inside to Voss, but it's stolen away by Ogden of Union. Gives it off to Armour. Armour in the front court goes down inside with it to Ogden. They get it back out on top to Armour, now left baseline. It comes to Ogden, back to Armour. Armour skips it across now. That's Glory Ellis. She drives right baseline, tries to bounce it across the lane to her sister, but it's knocked out of bounds by Emmy Isom. Rockets triggered in. Ogden lobs it high into Ellis. Ellis into the lane, puts up a shot and bounces around and falls in. And that trims the Bronco lead to just 4 points, 19-15, here at the 7:15 mark of quarter number 3. Voss now comes near side to Isom. Isom skips it across to Covert, inside to Johnson. Turnaround shot in the lanes off the glass. And good. Trishelle Johnson makes it a 21-15 Bronco lead. Broncos pick up that three-quarter court pressure. They get it into the front court, does Union, to Holderman. Holderman's shot right baseline is blocked and goes out of bounds. Last touch by Union, gives the ball back over to Daleville. So Broncos looking to extend that 6-point halftime lead. Johnson into the front court. Goes high left side to Voss. Voss on the dribble, near side. It comes to Isom. Wide open 3 right wing. Is in and out. No. Rebounds cleared off by Ellis. Ellis now to Armour. Armour goes near side now to Ogden. Ogden back to Armour on top. Armour on the dribble. Spins into the lane. Kicks it left baseline to Ogden. She lets fly with a 3. It's off the iron. No. Rebounds cleared off by Audrey Voss. Voss keeps it herself. She'll come into the front court. Goes high left wing to Covert. Covert lets fly with a 3. It's partially blocked and out of bounds. Last touch by Ogden. Isom will trigger the ball in bounds for the Broncos. Isom comes near side with it to Covert. Inside to Voss. Voss on the baseline. Reverse layup is up and good. 50 move there by Audrey Voss. Makes it a 23-15 Bronco lead. Into the front court is Armour. Armour has it nearly stolen away by Isom. They're going to get her on the reach-in foul from behind. So it'll be Rocket basketball.
Yellow fouls on number 2, Isom, her second, team's first.
Ogden triggered in. She gets it in right baseline to Ellis. Ellis' little jump shot's up and good. That was Glory Ellis. Makes it a 23-17 ball game with 5:45 to go here, quarter number 3. Voss comes high right side to Isom, goes inside to Schmiedel. Schmiedel puts up a shot off the backboard. No. Rebounds cleared off by Union. It's Ellis, gives it off to Armour. Goes right baseline to Holderman. Holderman skips it now near side to Ogden. Her shot fake, drive into the lane. She loses it, picked up by Voss. Gets it up to Trishelle Johnson. Johnson's wide open layup is up and good. And that puts Daleville back up on top by 8 here. Broncos three-quarter court pressure. Looking to extend. We're going to get Trishelle Johnson for a reach-in foul in the backcourt.
Yellow fouls on number 23, Trishelle Johnson, her first, team second.
Ogden will trigger it in front of the Bronco bench. Broncos picking up with pressure. She tries to get it into Holderman, but it's knocked away and stolen away. Up with it is Covert. It was stolen away by Union. Loose, finally picked up, and up with it comes Holderman. Look to bounce away 2 or 3 different people. Holderman now has it knocked away momentarily by Johnson. She's still in the backcourt, needing help. Finally, she gets it in the front court here to Ogden, who goes down inside to Ellis, who puts up a shot, and it's no good, but she's fouled. So Honor Ellis is going to go to the line to shoot a pair of free throws.
Yellow fouls on number 30, Audrey Voss, her second, team's third.
Foul goes against Voss. It's her second.
Honor Ellis shooting 2.
Honor Ellis' first free throw, rattles around and falls in. Ellis readies her second. This one's short off the front iron. Rebounds loose. And finally up with it is Emmy Isom. Isom into the front court quickly. Goes down the right baseline to Johnson. Back to Isom. They work it around the perimeter of Voss. Voss lets fly with an 18-footer off the front iron. No. Rebounds cleared off by Holderman. Holderman being guarded in the backcourt, gets it up to Ellis. Ellis now drives the lane, puts up a left-handed shot. It's up and blocked away by Voss, but they're going to get Audrey, and that's going to be her third. I believe that's going to go against Ellis. Or excuse me, Voss. Yes, that's Audrey's third.
Gloria Ellis shooting 2.
The Gloria Ellis to the line for Union. Let's see if Coach Early leaves Voss in or takes it out. First free throw by Ellis is no good. Now Maddie Etchison comes in and replaces Voss. Ellis' second free throw's up and good. Makes it a 26-19 ball game. Johnson now, high right side goes to Etchison. Etchison is tripped. We're going to get a foul. That's going to go against Holderman.
Getting foul number 1, Caitlin Holderman, who's second, Pete's first.
Isom will trigger it in for Daleville, gets the ball and bounce to Johnson. Johnson now goes right side to Etchison. She drives, puts up a runner. It's too strong. Rebound's cleared off by Ogden. Ogden now gives it off to Armour. Armour into the front court. Tries to skip it across. It's deflected and finally up with it as Holderman gives it off to Ellis. Her baseline three is no good. Rebounds loose and fought for. Last touched by Daleville. Gives the ball back over to Union under their own basket. Ogden will trigger it in. 3:54 to go in the third quarter. Ogden lobs it into Ellis. Her shot in the lane's no good. Rebounds cleared off by Johnson. Johnson into the front court. Drives. Puts up or passes it. Tries to give it off to Schmiedel. And then Schmiedel and Holderman fight for it. They wrestle to the ground. They got a whistle and a jump ball call. And possession arrow points in the favor of Union. Ogden will trigger it in. Broncos picking up in full court pressure. Ogden gets it into Armour, 80 feet from the basket. Armour comes in with it near side now into the front court. Drives left baseline, kicks it back out to Ellis, but it's stolen away momentarily by Isom, but she touched the out-of-bounds line before she was able to get rid of it. So it'll be Union basketball in the near corner, virtually. Ogden now will trigger it in. Looks, finally gets it into Glory Ellis. Ellis now to Armour. Armour, top of the key, on the dribble. Drives, puts up a runner, off the glass and good. Taryn Armour with a bucket. Pulls Union back within 4. About as close as Union has been since early in the first quarter. Johnson to Etchison. She lets fly with a 3 left wing. Is off the back iron. No, got a whistle. They say it touched the support on top on the bounce. Gives the ball back over to Union. 25-21. 3:12 to go third. Union with a chance to get within 2 or even 1, but they lob it in. It's stolen away by Isom. He gives it to Covert. Her 12-footer's no good. Rebound spot 4, cleared off by Taryn Armour. She's still in the backcourt, working against pressure. Finally, crosses the 10-second line down the baseline. It goes to Ogden. Honor Ogden's 6-foot jump shot's no good. Rebound's cleared off by Trishelle Johnson. She's going to take it the length of the floor, put up a layup and score it. Trishelle Johnson now puts Daleville back up on top by 6. Here with 2:45 to go, quarter number 3. And we got Broncos pressure, forces a turnover, gives the ball back to Daleville. We got a whistle and a Daleville timeout. Coach Early's got up his sleeve here. We'll take a short break. You're listening to Lady Bronco basketball on Daleville Athletics. 27-21 your score, 2:42 to play here in third quarter. Emmy Isom will trigger the ball inbounds on the near side here. Gets it into Etchison. Etchison to Johnson between the circles. Near side to Isom. Let's fly with a three. It's offline. Rebounds loose and out of bounds. Last touch by Daleville. Gives the ball back over to the Lady Rockets. Union triggers the ball in bounds and is stolen by Maddie Atchison. But they say before she could get her shot off, she double dribbled. That was Armour triggering the ball in bounds. Atchison thought there was no way that she double dribbled, but the call goes against her anyway. Armour will trigger the ball in bounds for Union. Looking. Gets it into Ogden. Ogden now being guarded and trapped. Gives it back over to Armour. Armour still in the backcourt. She's cut off. And we've got to be nearing a 10-second count. And yep, 10-second is the call. Turnover gives the ball back over to the Lady Broncos. So Bronco press there proves to be quite effective. Gives Daleville the opportunity to extend that 6-point lead. Johnson gives it off now to Etchison down the baseline to Covert. Her shot's partially blocked again. Rebound's cleared off by Honor Ellis of Union. Stolen momentarily by Isom, but she knocks it out of bounds. Union having all kinds of trouble against the Bronco pressure. Armour looking to get the ball in bounds. Finally does to Glory Ellis. Ellis into the front court. Gives it off to Armour. Now goes right wing with it to Holderman, who tries to go inside to Ellis, but it's deflected out of bounds. Rockets, I should say, retain possession. Ogden triggered and now comes near side with it to Holderman. Holderman drives into the lane, puts up a short jump shot. It's fought forward, gets cleared off by Etchison of Daleville. She gets it up quickly to Isom. Isom will take it to the length. Jump stop. Finish in the lane. So Emmy Isom puts Daleville up by a 29-21 count as we're under 2 minutes to play here in the third. Broncos still applying that full court pressure. Ogden's trapped in the backcourt. We got a whistle, and I believe we're going to get a timeout, I think. Yep, full timeout called by Coach Chin of Union. And with that, we'll take a short break. You're listening to Lady Bronco Basketball and Daleville Athletics. It'll be Rocket basketball on the near side, still having to work against that Daleville pressure. Ogden will trigger the ball in bounds. She's looking. Finally lobs it into Ellis, who gets it up to Holderman. Holderman in the front court. Dribbles out of traffic. Now she goes down inside to a wide open Ellis, but it goes off her fingertips and out of bounds. Gives the ball back over to the Lady Broncos. 29-21 your score. Broncos lead it by 8. 1:25 to go, quarter number 3. Trishelle Johnson into the front court, tries to get it up to Maddie Etchison, but is kicked out of bounds by Holderman of Union. Johnson will trigger the ball in bounds in front of the Bronco bench, gets the ball into Etchison. Etchison high left side, gives it back to Johnson in the lane, comes near side with it to Isom. Isom goes down inside to Schmiedel. Schmiedel's turnaround jump shot in the lane is no good, but she's fouled, so Gwen will go to the line to shoot a pair.
You have foul, number 31, Honor Ellis for the second. Team second, Gwen Schmiedel shooting 2.
Gwen's first free throw is hard off the back iron, no good. Schmiedel's second free throw, that one's also too strong. Rebound's cleared off by Ellis, gives it up to Holderman. Holderman into the front court. Loses it, has it stolen away, got a whistle and a kick. Union will retain possession. They'll have the ball out of bounds in front of the scorer's table. Ogden being guarded by Johnson. Ogden gets it into Armour. Armour into the front court. Crossover dribble into the lane, kicks it off baseline. Three-pointer by Ellis is up and good. Glory Ellis buries a three from the left baseline, pulls Union back within 5 here as we're under a minute to play in the third quarter. Isom into the lane, has it knocked away. We're going to get a reach-in foul, I believe, against Union. And we'll see what it is. Yep. The foul is going to go against Holderman, I believe.
Union fouls on number 10.
Correction. Foul goes against Armour. And that is her fourth foul, if I'm not mistaken there. The ball's stolen away by Holderman of Union. She puts up a runner in the lane, no good, but she's fouled. So Caitlin Holderman will go to the line.
Yellow fouls on number 23 for Michelle Johnson, her second, team's fifth.
So Johnson will be shooting a pair. Looking to pull Union back within as many as 3 if you can bury both free throws. First free throw's up and good. Holderman's second free throw is also good, makes it a 29-26 game. So Union within 3 points here with 30 seconds to go in quarter number 3. Johnson in the front court to Etchison. Etchison comes near side with it. Isom. Isom shot fake, step back, three-pointer is too strong. And rebounds fought for last touch by Etchison. No, they say it was apparently last touch by Union. It'll be Bronco basketball. Isom triggered in. 22 seconds to go, quarter number 3. Broncos hold on to that scant 3-point lead. They lob it in to Schmiedel. Schmiedel gets it in the backcourt, gets it up to Covert, now to Johnson in the lane, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound's cleared off by Ellis, and she's fouled promptly.
Yellow fouls on number 33 for Schmiedel.
Foul goes against Schmiedel. That's her third, team sixth. So Broncos still with a chance to apply some pressure here, possibly turn them over. 14.6 seconds to go here, quarter number 3. Ogden looking to get it in. And we're going to get a 5-second call as the Broncos deny the inbounds play. So Daleville gets possession once again. Emmy Isom will trigger it in with, as I said, 14.6 seconds. She gets it into Schmiedel. Schmiedel's shot in the lane is blocked, and up with it quickly for Union is Holderman. She takes the length of the court, puts it up, and misses. Rebound's cleared off by Etchison. We're going to get a whistle and a foul against Union. It's just the fourth foul in the half against the Rockets. 5.7 seconds to go in the half, or in the third quarter, I should say. Broncos will have to take it the length of the court. Union falls back. So they get the ball in bounds to Johnson. Johnson lets it roll. 3 seconds. Isom thinks about a three, gives it off to Johnson, but they say she traveled. Gives the ball back over to the Lady Rockets with 0.5 seconds to go here in the quarter. They get the ball in bounds, but Union does not have time to get a shot off. And that's going to do it for the third quarter of play, where the Lady Broncos hold a 29-26 lead. We'll take a break and be back with fourth quarter action. You're listening to Lady Bronco Basketball and Daleville Athletics. Back here at Daleville, where the Union Lady Rockets outscored Daleville 13-10 in that quarter to trim what was a 6-point halftime lead all the way down to 3. Here at the start of the fourth quarter of play, Emmy Isom will trigger the ball inbounds to Audrey Voss. Voss into the front court. Union drops back into the 2-3 zone. Emmy Isom now to Voss. Voss goes inside to Johnson. Johnson turnaround jump shot. The lane's no good. Rebound's cleared off by Ellis of Union. Gloria Ellis gives it off to Armour. Armour's runner in the lane's up. No good. Partially blocked, but she gets her own rebound. Dribbles it back out. Now gives it off to Holderman. Holderman between the circles. On the dribble. Still with it, high right side. Holderman being guarded by Covert. She drives into the lane. Gives it off to Ogden. Ogden's 6-foot baseline jump shots in and out, no good. Rebounds loose and fought for. Finally picked up by Emmy Isom. Gives it off to Etchison. And we're going to get a foul against Union. Goes against Honor Ellis. That's her third foul. Voss triggers the ball inbounds to Johnson, gives it back to Voss. Voss into the front court. Goes left side with it to Covert, and she tries to skip it over to Johnson. She loses it momentarily, gives it off to Isom. Now to Voss in the lane to Schmiedel. Schmiedel kicks it back out. They work around the perimeter, down the baseline to Covert. Covert drives left side, loses it, and it's picked up and stolen away, I should say, by Armour. Armour puts up a shot in the lane, too strong. Rebounds cleared off by Covert, gives it off quickly to Isom, but they say Isom traveled. Giving the ball back over to the Lady Rockets. Ogden's going to trigger it inbounds. Gives it into Armour. Back to Holderman between the circles. Now, Gloria Ellis drives, right side, spin into the lane. Tries to dump it off to her sister, but it's knocked away, and we're going to get a whistle and a jump ball. And possession error points in the favor of Union. 29-26 your score, 6:38 to go in the ball game. Ogden triggers the ball inbounds to Holderman. Holderman back to Ogden. Three-pointer left baseline is too strong. Rebounds cleared off by Voss. Gets it up to a wide open Emmy Isom. She puts it up, misses, but Trishelle Johnson comes in and cleans things up, puts Daleville back up on top by 5. And we've got a whistle and a foul. We're going to be a blocking foul is going to go against Emmy Isom as she was trying to apply pressure there to
Daleville foul on number 2, Emmy Isom, her third, team 7. Karen Armour will shoot.
Tried to apply Isom or pressure to Armour in the backcourt, but she fouls, so Armour's going to go to the line to shoot. One and bonus, and Covert sits down for Daleville. And she's replaced, I believe, by Etchison. Free throw is up and good by the first free throw is up and good by Armour. Taryn ready for second. That was also good. Pulls Union back within 3 points. Audrey Voss now gets the ball inbounds to Isom. Back to Voss. Voss brings it up slowly. Near side it comes to Isom. She loses it momentarily. Regains possession, but promptly throws it into the backcourt and out of bounds. Gives the ball back over to Union. So turnover Daleville. Union with the opportunity to pull within 1 or possibly tie things up if they can knock down a 3. 6:07 to go. 31-28 your score. Ogden in the backcourt to Armour. Armour on the dribble, comes baseline with it. There's a three-pointer. Ellis is off the front iron, no. Rebound's cleared off by Johnson. We're going to get a reach-in foul against Holderman. And just the 5th foul against Union in the half. Broncos will take it out and go to the length of the court. Union falls back into the 2-3 zone, it looks like. Isom gets the ball and bounds to Voss. We're under 6 minutes to play. Broncos still hold on to that 3-point lead. Voss gets it to Johnson. Johnson high left side, in no hurry. Comes near side with it to Isom. Isom goes inside to Voss, back out to Johnson. They work around the perimeter. Etchison lets fly with a 3, but it's too strong off the backboard. And up with it now is Armour for Union. Armour down on the baseline to Ellis. Gets it back out right side with it to Holderman. Holderman drives a lane, takes it all the way to the glass, puts it up, misses. We're going to get a reach-in foul against. No, what is the call? Turnover of some sort against Union. Gives the ball back over to Daleville. I missed the referee's signal, apparently. So Trishelle Johnson with it into the front court. Broncos holding on that 3-point lead. Ison goes high post to Voss. Voss's jump shot in the lane's no good. Rebound cleared off by Holderman. Holderman up with it for the Rockets. Union still trails it by only 3. 5 minutes to go in the ball game. Holderman drives left side. She's cut off, nearly travels, but they give it off. They work it around, gets it back out. There's a 3-pointer by Armour knots things up at 31. We had a brain freeze on our name, but it's a tie ball game now. 31 all here as we're under 5 minutes to play. Schmiedel with it, loses it. He gives it off to Johnson. Let's 5 to 3 off the iron, no good. Rebounds loose and fought for. And jump ball is called. Possession arrow still favors the Broncos. So 31-31 your score. 4:29 to go in the ball game. Isom will trigger the ball in bounds for Daleville underneath her own basket. She looks. Lobs it in high to Trishelle Johnson. Johnson comes near side to Etchison. Etchison lets fly with another 3. It's also too strong, but the Broncos get the rebound. Now Voss lets fly with a 3 and buries it. So Audrey Voss with the 3-pointer puts Daleville back up on top by 3. Nearing the 4-minute mark. Holderman with it now. Gets it up to Ellis. Ellis takes it to the basket and scores it. Got to get a whistle. Officials pointing to center court. Apparently thought there was possibly an injury, but that's apparently not the case, so it'll be Daleville basketball. 34-33, Broncos hold on to a 1-point lead. Audrey Voss knocked down the 3 momentarily a few moments ago, but then Union comes back and scores quickly, pulling it back within 1. Union had tied it up for the first time since early in the first quarter. Schmiedel with it now. Gives it off to Isom, high left side. She lets it go with a long 3. In and out, no good, but it's out of bounds and last touched by Ellis of Union. So it'll be Daleville basketball into their own basket. 34-33, Broncos lead it by 1, 3:46 to go. Isom looking, get it in. She does to Etchison. Etchison lets fly with another 18-footer. Rebounds pulled off by Union. Armour into the front court. Drives it, goes down inside to Ogden. Ogden, her baseline jump shot is no good. They get it out quickly to Isom. Isom was ahead of the pack, but she decides to back it back out. Isom gives it off to Voss. We got to get an over and back call as Voss was in the backcourt when Isom passed it to her. She tried to jump into the front court, but the officials had nothing, would have none of it, and say it's a turnover. Still a 1-point ball game. Union with a chance to take the lead. Here it comes near side with it to Ellis. She drives left baseline, puts up a shot. It's no good, but she's fouled. So Glory Ellis is going to go to the line with a chance to shoot a pair of free throws and a chance to put Union on top.
Glory Ellis shooting 2.
Ellis's free throw is in and out, no good. Glory Ellis ready for second free throw. That is good, and that knots things up once again at 34 apiece. 3:19 to go in the ball game. We got a whistle, and looks like it'll be a Daleville timeout, I believe. No.
Number 5, Olivia Cooper.
Substitution. Apparently an injury there as Etchison's being looked at by the trainer. So Daleville basketball. Trishelle Johnson now between the circles, comes near side with it, and she tries to go inside to Covert. There's a whistle and a foul. And that's going to be the 7th foul of the half on Union. So Olivia Covert will go to the line to shoot the 1 and bonus. Opportunity to put Daleville back up on top. First free throws in and out, no. Rebounds cleared off by Ellis of Union. She gives it off to Armour. Armour into the front court. 34-34 your score. We're under 3 minutes to play now. There's a three-pointer by Ellis off the front iron, no good. Rebound's cleared off by Trishelle Johnson. Johnson brings it up herself, goes right side with it now to Emmy Isom. They're working around the perimeter to Voss, back to Johnson between the circles. Johnson now back to Voss, high left side. Voss on the dribble. She crosses over. We've got a whistle and a Daleville timeout at the 2:37 mark of quarter four. The score is knotted up at 34 apiece. We'll take a short break. You're listening to Lady Bronco Basketball and Daleville Athletics. Emmy Isom will trigger the ball and bounce in front of the scorer's table. Gets it into Audrey Voss. Voss in no hurry. Union still in the 2-3 zone. Voss lobs it into Johnson, but it probably goes over her head and out of bounds. Turnover, gives the ball back over to Union. So Union now with the opportunity once again to try to go ahead. Valen Pattengale re-enters the lineup for Daleville as Audrey Voss sits down. Broncos looking to apply some pressure. Union gets the ball inbounds to Ellis. It's deflected, picked up by Pattengale. Pattengale puts up a runner off the side of the backboard, no good. Rebound cleared off. Up with it quickly is Armour. Armour into the lane, puts up a runner off the iron, no. Rebound's cleared off by Trishelle Johnson. Johnson into the front court, gets it up to Pattengale. Her jump shot right baseline short. Rebound's cleared off by Holderman of Union. Got a whistle. And another timeout called by Union, attempt to stave off the turnover. And with that, we'll take another short break. You're listening to Lady Bronco Basketball and Daleville Athletics. Union basketball. 2:02 to go. Scores all tied up at 34. They'll go the length of the court working against Bronco pressure. They get the ball inbounds to Ellis. And back it goes to Ogden. Up quickly with it to Holderman. Holderman's going to take it the length, put it up a shot. Off the iron. No rebound spot for, put back up by Ellis. We've got to get a whistle on the foul. What's it going to be? We got a foul.
Union fouls on number 31 on
Goes against Honor Ellis over the back. And Valen Pattengale will go to the line to shoot a pair. Or correction, to shoot one in the bonus, I believe. Yes. That's the 8th foul. Her free throws. Banks it home. Puts Daleville up by 1. She'll have another. She readies her second one. This one is also banked in. Makes it a 36-34 Bronco lead. Ogden will trigger it in against the Daleville pressure. Gets it into Holderman. Holderman has it knocked away. They're going to get Trishelle Johnson with the foul. And Holderman will go to the line to shoot the 1-1.
Her third, team's 9. Number 30, Audrey Falls, back in the line. Number 1, team Holderman, shooting 1 and bonus.
Holderman readies the first free throw. Rattles around, will not go. Rebounds put off by Voss. So Broncos with a 2-point lead. They get it up quickly to Covert, but she loses it. She saves it, but it saves it back to Holderman of Union. Holderman in the backcourt being guarded closer by Covert. She crosses over. Gets it up to Ellis. Ellis nearly loses it. Picks it up, drives into the lane, puts up a runner. It's no good. Rebounds cleared off by Trishelle Johnson. Gets it up to Audrey Voss, but Audrey can't hold on to it. This is off her outstretched fingers. Nearly fouls Ogden in the backcourt. Ogden with it now. Kicks it back out on top to Armour. Back out on top. Now there's a three-pointer by Holderman. Is off the iron, no. Cleared off, rebounds cleared off by Union. Armour with it now. Armour between the circles. Top of the key. Now go right side to Ogden, who lets fly with the 3. It's off the front iron, no good. But Holderman clears off the rebound, and we're under a minute to play. Broncos lead it by 2. Union with the basketball. Ogden. Correction, that's Holderman. Holderman drives the lane, puts up a runner, no good. Rebounds cleared off by Voss of Daleville as Holderman takes a spill under the basket. And with that, Daleville takes a timeout, a full timeout, as they hold on to a 2-point lead with 45.2 seconds to play. We'll take a short break. .2 seconds to play. Broncos hold on to a 2-point lead. They've got the ball out of bounds. Audrey Voss will trigger it in. Union gives some token pressure here. Finally get it into Johnson, but she loses it. She picks it back up. Isom lets fly with a 3. Off the back iron, no good. Rebounds cleared off by Holderman. We got a whistle. Going to be Union basketball. Ogden will trigger it in. You thought Daleville might have took some time off the clock there, but they turn it over and got an over and back call as Armour dribbled in the front court, lost it, and rolled in the back court. She picked it up, and they say it was over and back. So Johnson will trigger the ball in bounds for Daleville. They hold a 2-point lead with 27 seconds to go. Voss dribbles right sideline, and we got to get a push by Union. I think they're going to get Armour with the foul. So Audrey Voss will go to the line and shoot the 1-1, and that is Armour's 5th foul. So she will sit down, and Union's only bench player, which is Oliver, enters the lineup for the first time now with 22.2 seconds to play. Voss's free throws up and good. Makes it a 37-34 Bronco lead. This next free throw will be big, as he'll make it 2 possessions. That one is also good. So Daleville holds a 38-34 lead. And with that, the Broncos take another timeout. We'll take a short break. You're listening to Daleville Lady Bronco Basketball and Daleville Athletics. Union basketball, 22.2 seconds to go. Broncos hold a 4-point lead. Ogden's going to trigger the ball in bounds. Ogden throws it in, tries to throw it in deep to hold him in, but it's stolen away by Johnson with a whistle and a foul. And Emmy Isom is fouled by Ogden. So Emmy will go to the line. And I think, yep, she'll be shooting the double bonus with 18.5 seconds to go.
Emmy Isom shooting the double bonus.
Emmy's free throws too strong. No good. Emmy's second free throw is up and good. Makes it a 39-34 Bronco lead. Broncos still picking up with some pressure. Ogden gets the ball in bounds to Ellis. Ellis to Ogden in the backcourt. Ogden now lets fly with a 3 off the iron. No, rebounds fought for. Cleared off by Holden. Gets it back out on top to Ogden. Ogden's 3-pointer's up and good. And that trims it to a 39-37 2-point lead for Daleville. And they get a quick timeout. And we'll see, the clock says 1.9 seconds. And technical foul is called as Union did not have any timeouts. So Audrey Voss will go to the line with 1.9 seconds to go to shoot the technical free throw. And it is up and good. Puts Daleville up by 3. She'll have one more. Voss's second free throw is also good. Makes it a 41-37 score. And Daleville will have the ball out of bounds. Substitutions. Broncos clear the bench. Actually, all the players have played except, I believe, for Olivia, or correction, Abby Covert, I think, is in the lineup for the first time tonight. All the other players have played. Simmons is going to trigger the ball in bounds. To Trishelle Johnson. And that is going to do it. Your final score, Daleville 41, Union 37. We will take a couple-minute break and be back with some post-game numbers. You're listening to Daleville Lady Bronco Basketball on Daleville Athletics. Back here at Delville High School, where the Lady Broncos have taken a Mid-Eastern Conference victory tonight over the Union Lady Rockets. We'll look at the score by quarters. Delville jumped out to a 13-0 lead at the end of the first quarter. But then they were outscored by Union 13-6 in the second quarter to bring the halftime score to 19-13 in favor of Daleville. Then Union outscored Daleville 13-10 in the third quarter to make your score at the third quarter break 29-26. And then Daleville was able to outscore Union by just a point there in the fourth quarter, 12-11, to give you the final score of 41-37. We'll take another couple-minute break and be back with the final individual scoring numbers. Hopefully, you're listening to Lady Bronco Basketball on Daleville Athletics. We are back for the final time here at Delville High School. Looking at the individual scoring first for the visiting Union Lady Rockets. And they're not totaled here, but Holderman hit 4 free throws, so she had 4 points. Armour had 2 threes. Correction. She had 1, 2, and 2 free throws for 4 points. So Holderman and Armour both with 4. Glory Ellis had I'm looking at this right. She just had 2 free throws for 2 points. Ogden had 1 2-point field goal for 2 points. Honor Ellis, had 4 2-point field goals and was 1 for 2 from the line for 9 points. And Oliver played at the end. So if I'm looking at this correctly, I believe the Lady Rockets were led in scoring by the 9 points of Honor Ellis. Glory Ellis had 1 3-point field goal, 2 2-point field goals, and for 7 and 2 free throws for 9. So Honor and Glory Ellis, I believe, led the way with 9 points apiece. Looking at Daleville, they were led by the 17 points of Audrey Voss. The other Daleville player in double figures was Trishelle Johnson. She had 14 points. Maddie Etchison had 3. Emmy Isom had 3. And Gwen Schmiedel and Valen Pattengale had 2 apiece. So the Broncos were led in scoring by the 17 of Audrey Voss and the 14 of Trishelle Johnson. Again, your final score, Daleville 41, Union 37. The victory for Daleville runs their overall record to 6-15. It's the first victory in the conference, so the Broncos finish 1-8 in the conference. Union drops to 7-10 overall, and they're also 1-8 in the conference. So the Rockets and the Broncos, I believe, will tie for 9th place in the Mid-Eastern Conference. As we look at the upcoming schedule for Daleville, they will take on the winner of Westdale versus Cowan in the Tri-Central Sectional on Friday night, February the 4th. So that's 1 week from tonight. Again, the winner of Westdale versus Cowan. That game will be played presumably on Tuesday. So again, Daleville won't play till Friday. They got the bye against the winner of Westdale versus Cowan at Tri-Central 1 week from tonight. That's going to just about do it from here at Daleville High School. We will see you next time. Good evening, everyone.